Hello, everyone, and good morning. Today is a wonderful Thursday here in the Philippines, and today we will be having a guest speaker who will talk about our flagship product, which is our USANA Cellsentials. And today is another session of Your Health and USANA. But before we begin, let me welcome all the 150 participants we have in our call right now. And we are also live via Facebook Live. So before we actually begin, let me ask where you are right now. So kindly type in our chat box as to where you are right now. It's a sunny day here in Cebu, Philippines. So we have participants who are from Manila, Tagaytay, we have from Bohol, we have from Bulacan, Quezon City, we have from Batangas, we have from Davao, from Laguna. Welcome. We have from New York, we have from Malabon, we have from Cagayan de Oro City, Taguig, Bukidnon, Agusan, Mindoro. We also have people from Saudi Arabia, Canada, Singapore, Hong Kong, Tagum City, and everyone else. No, lahat, we are all over the world. So thank you for joining us for another session of Your Health and USANA. So today, I will be introducing our guest speaker. He is for this session, we will be having Kenny Tan. And Kenny first joined USANA Singapore back in 2010 as a regional scientist during the during his tenure there. He had gained a following from associates all around Asia due to his onstage presence, charisma, and a knack for delivering complicated scientific messages into easily understood and duplicable messages. Kenny holds a bachelor's degree in nutrition science from the University of Malaysia. While in Singapore, he was responsible for managing the development of key products, nutrition, and health-related educational materials for Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and Hong Kong offices. A polyglot, he can speak, write, and read in English, Chinese, Japanese, Malay, and many more. In order to expand his reach in creating and disseminating health-related knowledge to his audiences worldwide, he joined the Home Office team in 2017. And without much delay, help me welcome our Senior Manager for USANA Health Science Education from the Research and Development Team, Kenny Tan. Kenny, good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, our big USANA family in the Philippines. Good morning to everyone worldwide. Now, I know some of us are joining in on via Zoom. Some of us are actually on Facebook. Regardless of where you are, you're in for a treat today. And of course, thank you for the kind introduction, my fellow co-hosts. Now, usually I would try to respect other people's timing. So I need to ask my co-host opinion. Should I roll in right away? Or maybe I can do so-called greetings and I shall what do you call it, give it a minute or two before we start again. What do you think?
Of course, Sir Kenny, you can have a minute or two to roll out to warm up our audience for your talk today.
Good. I can see a lot of what do you call it, participations on the chat room, which is good, with social media, with internet right nowadays, right? I don't want things to be one flow, which means I'm the only one giving you the information. So my training style, I don't like it this way. I want everyone to participate. Of course, you can say, ask questions pertaining to the product. But again, a disclaimer is that, as usual, from all our scientists in R&D, we don't take medical questions. Medical questions are best left for the medical specialist. But today, you're in for a treat. I promise you, not only you learn about USANA Cellsentials, you learn about the science behind it, and you learn on how to address the commonly asked questions. We have launched this product since 2016. And to be real, so-called what do you got, blank state to be real honest in my input, in my output, is that till today, a lot of us still are not very sure on the gist of the science behind Cellsentials. Which means when I talk about Cellsentials, when we talk about intelligence, where should we begin? So all these will be answered. Of course, there will be a lot of questions pertaining to the products. Oops, sorry. Can you see me?
Yes,
Guys, can you
yes,
see me right?
yes, Kenny.
Oh, because the video changed suddenly, so I can see myself. Okay. So if you have questions, if you have anything that need to repeat, feel free to type into the chat box. What do you call it? The chat room. So I'm always happy to answer what to my best ability. And today presentation will roll out right now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Kenny, we
Okay.
can see your screen
How,
clearly.
how many of us are right now online already? I need to see. How many of us here? More than 200?
We're 234.
Okay,
In
good. That's a good
our
number. 234. So make the number rise. I believe we can take up to 500,000. So my training style, back to the introduction at the beginning. Today you're in for a treat because beyond what is shown on the PowerPoint on the slides here, my training style is always giving you more information, more so-called selling points, more helpful tips for you to go out and share the products. It is not a kind of what do you call it, nutritional lecture or biological lesson. That's not my intention. If that's the way, I can just send you all the slides. You all can read it on your own. But that's not my point. I want everyone to really pay attention. And by doing that, I need you all to have your pen and paper ready right now. Or if you don't have pen and paper, if you're somewhere inconvenient, please have your handphone, mobile phone ready. So if you have a camera, take pictures, because there are parts that I need you to take pictures, share the pictures, memorize it so that you are not missing out anything important. So when you talk about Cellsentials, if you go out there, regardless you are a gold and above, you're a silver director, or you just newly join us, you can go out and share Cellsentials by talking about the products. There's nothing wrong with it. But you can leverage the point by talking about the science behind it. You know, science is what makes us truly different from our competitors, from a lot of so-called products out there, the science behind it. So I will not pinpoint, I will not give you a so-called guideline to say, hey, that's a wrong way to share Cellsentials. Hey, you should do it this way. That's not my point. What we should do is when you share Cellsential, you must first understand the science behind it so that it is like a train running on the track. It will be smooth. If you don't know, if your information is bits here, a little bit there, a little bit here, it is very hard for you to see the whole picture. I want you to see the whole picture. And the best part to start with the whole picture is not to jump in right away and talk about Cellsentials. We have product catalog. We have marketing materials. You have to get updated. You have to know what ticks your prospect, your downlines, the person you're selling to. So if you're talking about product features and benefits, sometimes it is too much for them to take, to absorb everything. People want things that they can memorize, they can relate to themselves, and it will also trigger some sort of emotional response. Now, this is not a psychology class, of course, but what I'm going to share with you is that all my experience after launching this since 2016, all the kind of information that I already collated, all funny questions, funny situations that arise from sharing Cellsentials. If I challenge you today, everyone, whether you're in the Philippines, you're USANA worldwide, if I tell you what makes Cellsential unique, a lot of us will start rambling. A lot of us will start, what makes us unique is because there's so much to share to the extent that it makes information unclear. Again, I repeat my hand gesture. It should be like a train, okay, running smoothly on track. So right now, again, pen and paper must be ready. Handphone must be there because what I'm going to share here is beyond what is shown on the slides. A quick update for everyone now. You know, USANA Cellsential, we feature intelligence technology. So in the United States, we just been awarded with the patent. So right now, if you want to know more about this patent, again, I have a lot of to share. You don't have to go to, can you see my screen right now, ladies and gentlemen? Not on my PowerPoint, but on my browser. Okay. So if you type in Cellsentials patent, okay, in your Google, right, you see a lot of results here. Okay. So what I want to show you is the patent that we just awarded, US 10632-101B2. When you click into it, oops, running so slow. There we have the patent. So you can print it out as your own internal reference, and you can share it with your team members, with the whole downline, that this is an awarded patent and we had received it. Although I must make a disclaimer, this is applicable to US products only. But again, I want you to share this news because each market has variations in their formulations, and they all derive from the US original products. So this is something I wanted to share because a lot of us, they say, hey, I know about this patented technology, but where can I find more information? Here you go. You can type Cellsentials patent on Google, and then you will get the information. If you ask me, I would like you to save, print screen, and then you don't have to really look into the technical details, but to be awarded a patent, to me, this is an achievement, which I'm happily to share. So this has been ongoing for years. It's not easy to get a patent. So finally we got it. So I hope this is one of the good news you can share. And then back to the basics. If you remember the 3 keywords of our Cellsentials, again, keyword, basic, don't stray too far from basic. When it comes to intelligence, when it comes to Cellsentials, don't ramble, smooth train on the track. What is it good for? It is good for nourishment, protection, and support. Nourish, protect, support. This has been on the paper. This has been touted, promoted since the day we launched Cellsentials. But over years, I have to admit myself personally, sometimes we tend to forget the basics. If you know the basic keywords, ladies and gentlemen, you expand from the keywords. Which means if you know the keywords, then you know how do you define the product, share the products, instead of rambling nonstop. You know what? I don't like rambling. If I give you a product by rambling, there's no point. So back to the sharing of Cellsentials. If you want to share the products, just by sharing the products, nothing wrong with it. But if you want to go beyond, let me share about the science. Now, as a reputable distributor, as a reputable associate, and I myself representing company, we shouldn't bash competitors. We shouldn't bash competitors. We should give fact, but we should not bash competitors by naming brand name. And then back to the basic one, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you actually know about this thing? If I could enlarge it, USANA is a FDA registered facility. This is my own Google results. So when you type in this keyword into your Google, the result may of course be different, but this is my own result. And you can see, you can see all my past search history. So I'm gonna show you again here. See, this is old news, ladies and gentlemen. This is by now 10 years ago. So to everyone benefits today, if you are someone who is like me, who want to talk about the science, and if you're asking yourself, hello, is USANA a registered facility? Is someone registered with FDA? Then the answer is yes. Bear with me, listen carefully. FDA registered facility, not products. Products in US is not registered with FDA. And there are rules in FDA Philippines that we have to follow. So we shouldn't say what is not right. And then you don't Google. I'm going to give you a website. I hope you can see it. It's called, it was blocked by my toolbar. It's called accessdata.fda.government.gov. Search firm name. There is no certificate whatsoever. A lot of people, including my friends from Southeast Asia, including my friends from the Philippines, they will ask, hey, do you have a certificate for USANA FDA registered facility? The facility where you produce Cellsentials. No, we don't have a certificate for it, but we have a record. So we go to the website, accessdata.fda.gov, search for a firm name. What should you type? Kenny 10? Nothing will come up if you type Kenny 10. All right. Or you should type Rolando. Nothing will come up too. Okay. So I'm just joking, but you should type USANA. Here we are. You're registered as the FDA establishment identifier. We have it, and this is the expiration date. Now, again, I don't want to bash any competitors. If you type in your competitor's name, you will know the result. So allow me to refrain. Cellsentials, that are the plant where we formulate Cellsential, which is our home office, our manufacturing plant. It is a FDA registered facility. So, my friend, are you guys following me? I don't see much movement from my chat room over here. So if you're following me, if things are not clear, please don't hesitate to type it out. Now the things come in already. So now we have two things to take back beyond what is shared here. Number one is the patent. Google it, save it for own information. Second thing, FDA registered facility. So if you talk about Cellsentials, if you talk about USANA products, you add in the science behind it, it makes the story more holistic, more complete. Because if you ramble about the products, anyone can ramble the product like a textbook. But the science, it's truly what separates us from the competitors. And then back to the slides here. Nourish, protect, support. As I go through the product here, oh, my friend, there are some comments that come in that says they couldn't hear me. So if you cannot hear me, it could be the individual's problem, or is it I muted myself, which I don't believe so. You guys can hear me, right? Okay, good. Can hear. So nourish, protect, support. Now the next slide. Let's move. The next slide, we're going to talk about keyword that is extended from nourish, protect, and support. Now, I have to be very clear, my friend. So, because we are, governed, limited by what we can say, what we cannot say by FDA in different countries, I know for a fact that FDA in the Philippines is particularly stern. So, when I talk about this next keyword called mitophagy or mitophagy, depending on how you pronounce it, we are talking about cellular support, cellular renewal. Now, we have this product called coenzyme Q10, coquinone, right? This product is usually touted for what? Optimal energy production, helping you to have optimal energy level throughout the day. So this has to do with my background. Did you see my virtual background? A whole bunch of mitochondria. I have to tell you something that is very, memorable. I hope you had your breakfast already, because when I showed this background in the past at one of my training, there were actually people who say that is not too right for you to show this picture, Kenny. I say, and I asked the audience, the particular audience, why is that so? They say, Kenny, I just had my food and you're showing me the picture of your stool. Stool, I think stool as in your waist. Yeah, I think, my friend, this is not stool. This is mitochondria, the powerhouse of your cells. God, my God, stool. I bet for sure from now onwards, when I talk about mitochondria, you will remember it forever because of my story. Okay, we're talking about mitochondria, the powerhouse of your cell. So I'm not forgetting the three keywords that appears earlier. It's called nourish, protect, support, and then the fourth one is mitophagy, right? So one of the benefits of taking Cellsentials beyond nourish, support, and protect, it is to help you to improve on the ability on how effective your mitochondria renew itself. Now, this is not biology lessons. We're not talking about a different part in mitochondria. Just remember, if your cell is not performing optimally, your cell should help you to generate energy from mitochondria. If your mitochondria is somehow performing less than ideal, over time, there will be more free radicals inside it. So by taking Cellsentials, by taking the optimal amount of nutrient, vitamins, and mineral, you're helping your cell, particularly in the part of mitochondria, to help them renew themselves. So there is an analogy that we use here in the United States, whereby we talk about mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cell. Mitochondria is the engine of your cell, engine of your car. If you're driving, if you're riding a motorcycle, if you're driving a car, there will be an interval where you need to change the engine oil, right? It may be 5,000 kilometers, 6,000 kilometers. When I was a student and was riding my motorcycle, I would change it every 1,000 kilometers. That was more than 20 years ago. So right now, you could guess my age was during my time in high school. Your engine needs servicing. Your engine needs engine oil. But how are you going to service your mitochondria? How do you service your cell? Other than giving them the right nourishment. Many years ago, when I talk about giving them nourishment, giving them your cell, or when we are talking about products, especially Cellsentials, I remember I saw memes, and I'm very certain that memes, that funny pictures posted on Facebook, came from my fellow Filipino associate. That memes goes like this. And if you hear the memes, if you can find a picture of the memes, please share it on your Facebook, on your social media again, because I have not seen this meme for a very long time. And the meme goes like this. Again, it was from a Filipino distributor, Filipino associate. When I give you something as good, a nutritional supplement as good as USANA Cellsentials, suddenly everyone turned into a scientist or nutritionist. But when they are served a portion, a serving of fast food, they did not even bat an eyelid. That is a very sarcastic but straight to the bone, straight into your heart memes. Because when we have good products like Cellsentials, they keep asking A, B, C, D, E. Right? But when you give them fast food, they eat it without batting an eyelid. It is so sarcastic and I like it. If you can find the memes, share it again. All right? If you have the memes, do me a favor, share it again. So that is basically the science behind it. FDA registered federally, it is patent. And talking about products, there is there is nothing better than reading the label. Yeah, you heard me right. If you want to know the product, there is no place better than reading the label. Now, why is that so? Because if you want to compare USANA own products, USANA, for example, our similar products, active calcium with Procosa, let's say, for example, you read the labels, you can compare. If you want to compare with competitors, you don't go and bash. You compare it with fact. If you don't know the fact, you have the support from your upline, you have the support from your team, you have the support from my department, Dr. Orlando, myself, the whole colleagues, you have the support from whole R&D team. So if one day you're faced with difficulty on understanding more about products, you have a lot of source. And one of the sources I'm going to share you later is from askthescientist.com, which our highest traffic came from the Philippines associates. People in the Philippines are our top supporter. So, okay, now we're going to talk about products after nourish, protect, support, mitophagy. Mitochondria, engine, not stool, okay? Mitochondria. Now you got to remember it. So I repeat myself many times. Read the label. You know what? As I was presenting the slides, I tried to send it for a legal regulatory review. I tried to understand the products in the Philippines versus the products in the States. And I did it because I want you all to know there is a variety. There's a difference when it comes to product formulation because of regulatory, because of legal complexities, and of course, a lot of other factors which is beyond our control. So this is what I mean by there is no place to understand the product more by reading the label. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow USANA family members. Listen to me carefully. Try not to be distracted by messages or other things that could make you miss out information. I know this is recorded on Facebook as well, but I want you to have the first-hand information. Just by taking a glance at the label in the Philippines, you know right now our Cellsentials core mineral comes with ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Now, for those old timers in USANA which joined us before the launch of Cellsentials, we have essentials. Before Cellsentials, we have essentials. Essentials, same, 2 bottles. One is antioxidant, one is mineral. The mineral one does not contain vitamin C. But right now, our core minerals contain vitamin C. And this is the first thing you can read from the headlines on the label. Second thing, please pay attention on the parentheses or the name in the bracket. So now I type in on the chat room. Can you see me? I type the keyword in. Why? Because this set us apart from a lot of our competitors. Most of the time during labeling, either because they don't care, because they want to cut costs, many reasons, not limited to what I just said. They do not put the information in the bracket, in the parentheses. They did not put it, which means they only put magnesium, like this, 56.25 milligram, calcium, 56.25 milligram. So by doing that without bracket, without parentheses, you would not know the form of vitamins that's given. Okay? And for those who are, good in math, very sensitive to number, please don't try to add up the numbers, because the numbers does not equal the net amount here. Again, I repeat, if you are sensitive to numbers, I know you're good at math, don't bother to add the numbers. Now, by saying that, I'm giving you 2 pointers. Number 1 pointers is that I want you to know USANA is very transparent. Let me do a keyword here. Transparent. Hashtag. Why transparent? Because first and foremost, we let you know what form we are using when it comes to the particular mineral. Second thing, we let you know how much is available on each form. Again, number 1, I let you know what kind of, what form of mineral we're using. Second thing is that we let you know exactly how much is, featured. This is important because not every market lists out the net amount of the form. Some markets is not required. And again, I know the FDA in the Philippines, the legal and the regulatory sake in the Philippines, we need to list them out. So right now, if you're taking a product, you know exactly how much goes into your body. What you see is what you get, correct. But to what extent we commit ourselves to this feature? We give you the form again, and how much? If you add 408 and 118, you get 526, right? 526. This is only 56.25. So what are we missing here? This 56.25, if I could draw, let me see. Oops, I cannot end. Let me see, pen, laser pointer, highlighter. Let me use highlighter. Yellow is not so good. Let me try again. Let's see. Hold on a second, my friend. Hope you guys see me without my screen, so I'm going to share it again. There we go. this is the elemental amount of magnesium. Following me? We are not talking about the total form that we use, because what matters here is magnesium. So the keyword here, elemental. You get the transparent of what we use, and then we gave you elemental. It's just like when you get a pay slip, when your paycheck, you know your gross income, after tax, you get your net income, right? So this is like a net amount. But what is behind this net amount? USANA is transparent so that you know everything. And don't add it, okay? Don't add it. It makes no point to add it. And for example, another one I can pick up is this one. N-acetyl L-cysteine. This is one of the better form called NAC. This is one of the better form for the production of, take a guess. It is an antioxidant that starts with the letter G in your body. NAC helps in the production of, perfect, I saw some answer. Yes, perfect, glutathione. Now, everyone, if you're in the chat room, please join in. You can get information that I could miss out. You can refresh yourself with the information that now glutathione. Why? Someone asked me, or competitors had asked me before, Kenny, why in the past, essential, we give you glutathione? Right now, I do not see the trace of glutathione anymore on Cellsentials. Can you tell me the reason why? Who can answer me? Can you tell me the reason why? Wow, there's a smart answer because of intelligence. Okay, that's a funny one. Okay. It's because glutathione, although is a powerful antioxidant, oral consumption has less than optimal absorption rate. So instead of giving you a big glutathione, which is big, imagine that your body cannot absorb. We give, not your body can absorb. Your body cannot absorb that optimally. We give you NAC because it is a precursor of glutathione. NAC, this word to me, it holds a certain meaning. And if you are from Singapore, you know this. NAC is the acronym from Ngee Ann City, which is where the office is based. Okay? But hold on, everyone. If you're listening from Singapore, okay, I believe NAC is not featured there. NAC is not featured there because of regulatory issue. In Singapore, we only have L-cysteine. So see, if you attend my talk, you know subtle nuances between the formula worldwide. So if you're in the Philippines, if you're in the States, or if you're in the country that carries our core mineral that has NAC, you know it is the preferred form. And it is a precursor to the glutathione. So three things. If you cannot remember everything throughout this presentation, just three things from this slide alone, my friend. Number one, now we have vitamin C in core minerals. Okay. Number two, transparent. Number three, elemental. What you see is what you get. There is nothing more. There is nothing less. Hey, when I just say that, it rhymes, huh? What you see is what you get. There is nothing more and there's nothing less. It rhymes. Okay, so you can take it. I give you the copyright to use it. What you see is what you get. There is nothing more and nothing less. NAC, what stands for? This is a typo that could give me wrong impression, huh? Okay, so I think you're trying to say NAC stands for N-acetyl L-cysteine. N-acetyl L-cysteine is the one here, okay, which is the form whereby your body used to produce glutathione. Next, we're talking about vital antioxidant. Because of regulatory, if you can see my slides or the slide that were used by our nutritionists or pharmacists in the Philippines, I believe they are bounded. There are many things they cannot say. I follow me? Because of the FDA the complex of legalities, the complication of regulatory, there are many things that cannot say. So when I send the slides, when I create the slides and send it for review, when I look at these features and I think to myself, if I present this to my colleagues in the office in the Philippines, if I present this to you, I don't see much value. Why? Because it is superficial, right? If I talk about core minerals, then I talked about vitamins. Seems like reading the slides, there's nothing much for me to share, which is why the best textbooks for you to understand the product is by reading the labels. Some of us here listening in the talk here are maybe leaders, gold and above, diamond and above, and they have downlines everywhere. Singapore, Malaysia, US, North America, everywhere. So there are times when they are being asked, or they may felt challenged by the team members when they ask you this question: how come the formula is different? Then you're muted, you don't know how to answer, you're lost for words. I'll tell you why the difference by diving in on the label. So remember just now, at the beginning of the presentation, again, we backtrack a bit so that you could link it better. You can share about the product, you can share about Cellsentials, you can talk about the science behind the company. Now when we talk about intelligence, the feature of intelligence, the technology called intelligence, is actually featured in this green product called what, ladies and gentlemen? Called what? Vitamin antioxidants? The vitamins bottle, or you can call it like what I like to call. You see, here, what color is this? What color is this here? Unless you're colorblind, you should be able to tell me the color. Green. Why green? Because I want you to have a visual memorization. When you see green, you know it's vital antioxidant. You know the intelligence technology comes from these 8 ingredients that are primarily plant extract. What does green reminds you of? Some will say Emerald Director, correct, but not in the right context. Green reminds you of plant. Greens remind you of jungle. Greens remind you of green nature. That's right. Green plant. A majority of those 8 ingredients featured in vital antioxidant, featured in this vitamin bottle, is the gist, the feature, the the power of intelligence complex. So comparing the blue bottle, the mineral bottle, and the green bottle. The green bottle is the one that gives you intelligence technology. Remember that? Because it is green, it is from plant extract, makes up intelligence technology. Hey, can you be more specific? Hold your horses, my friend. Next slide will tell you exactly what the 8 members are. So when I do the presentation, this is what 8 members. You can actually print this screen. You can actually take note, jot it down. What do you call it? However, it is to make you memorize it better. So for example, resveratrol, quercetin, hesperidin, rudin, alpha-lipoic is not, green tea extract, curcumins, olive oil. You see, almost all of them comes from plant. Phytochemicals, phytonutrients. Plant, green bottle, intelligence. And again, this is patented. And there is another benefit when I talk about, let me hashtag green, hashtag plant. For those who are not in the chat group, go into the chat room and you'll see a lot of things, okay? And beyond mnemonics, beyond raising up your information about, hey, this comes from plant, green plant also helps you to know that all of USANA products, tableted products, will use plant-based coating. See, as simple as that, when you read the label, when you look at the color, important points flow up naturally. Don't bother to memorize. It makes things rigid. It makes your prospect sleepy, doze off. Okay? Use your vision. Use the flow. Use the keywords. Then everything becomes natural. If you want to do it even better, practice presenting to your team members before going out presenting to prospects. So plant-based coating, what is the benefit? It dissolves within a specific timing in your body, right? Why we don't use other non-plant-based? Because we have to meet the certain criteria when we formulate the tablets. Tablets that goes into your body needs to be dissolved. Or else you heard these stories that I heard many times before. The tablet goes in, came out from the other end. The tablet is still inside the other end. And during my time in Singapore, okay, I share this story especially to those who knew me personally or who attended my class personally in Singapore before. When I open the email, queries from our fellow associates, when I open the email, they have an attachment. When I open the attachment, it is always pictures that always shook me off from my chair. I have people send before picture of their waist with other products inside. Man, I don't want to recall back to those memories because why? It is giving me unnecessary free radicals production. Unnecessary stress, ladies and gentlemen. So no, I don't want to think about it. Yeah, some of us, Okay, so now if you know, you don't have to memorize, but at least you should know these 8 members. Then you say, Kenny, I tried listening to your talk already, but I don't see it. Okay, it's so complicated. It is there, my friend. It is there. And because of regulation, you have to name it as multivitamins, herbs. It was blocked again, sorry. Okay, choline, bitartrate, ALA, alpha-lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, and lycopene. So we can find them one by one. So I have my magical pen over here. Do you remember the 8 family members of Cellsentials, the majority plant-based? Yes, I can show you where it is. Kenny, don't waste my time, just show me. No, we should at least show some effort, right? So it is one here. Okay, where else will we see it? Resveratrol. Where else? Curcumin. Where else? Green tea. Where else? Where else? Olive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, I'm missing one. Help me. Help me out. Where's the other one? Where's the other one, my friend? It is right in front of you on the left side. Thank you so much. Hesperidin. If you read the label, you don't read the bracket, you don't read the parentheses, you're going to miss a whole lot out. And again, I believe this is due to the regulations whereby why we don't combine all these 8 together under a name, let's say intelligence ingredients. We can't do that because of regulatory issues. But right now, if you're taking pictures of this slide of mine right now, you know where the 8 members are. And my friend, if you're in the Philippines, if you're in the Singapore and majority part of the world, you are not being shortchanged. All 8 members of plant ingredients for Cellsentials intelligence technology are there for you. So you go out, you don't have to I don't have the confidence. You share it with fact. When you look at the fact, you say we are transparent, and then again, don't add up. Oh, this one 28.7. Why this is 10 milligram? Because we have to label it based on the form and then the net amount. So if you're not sure, you can always email in for other scientists. You can always check. And for those who thank me from the chat room, I have to say you're welcome. And there's still a lot more for us to learn. Okay? So next, hold on, before next, I'm going to talk about the phrasing, things like that. At this stage, my friend, do you have questions pertaining to the label of vital antioxidants and core minerals? Do you have questions? If you have questions, you let me know here, okay, in the chat room. I can answer as much as I could. Now, if you have questions that you can't think of right now, in future, if you have questions, feel free to go to askthescientist.com. Where is my open tab? Askthescientist.com. You type in the keyword Cellsentials. Okay, you have all the search results. And one thing that is particularly interesting for me here is that this one. Why are there so many tablets in the Cellsentials? My friend, this is our official reply. If this is your first time seeing this, take a picture. Share with your team members. Okay? The total daily consumption of USANA Cellsentials in the Philippines is the same almost everywhere. 4 tablets from the blue bottle, the core minerals. 4 tablets from the green bottles, vital antioxidants, makes up 8. I know we have mini Cellsentials in the Philippines. That is another context. But if you ask me why are there so many tablets, I like the answer that we provide here because it gives you a comparison, it gives you a visualization. If you want to swallow a golf ball one time, once a day, then I can do it. But how many of you are willing to chunk in the whole golf ball as part of the supplements regime? It does not make any sense. Okay? If you don't like golf ball, you can use anything similar. I give you the visualization that because of the rich optimal amount of nutrients we feature inside Cellsentials, we need to separate it into that many tablets. Okay? If you ask me, I can add in one more thing. Hey, my friend, if your supplement is as big as golf ball, it may not be useful even if we have plant-based coating. Remember plant-based coating for dissolution. Tablet must be dissolved within a certain amount of time. How about core mineral? Where does it come from? It's easy, my friend. Minerals come from mining. It comes from the soil. It comes from mineral. There is one question that what do you call it? That again left a deep impression in me is that people is actually asking, did you get the minerals? And are those minerals? I know where you get the minerals. Are those minerals vegetarian or vegan in source? Are they vegetarian friendly? Now, before I answer you whether it's vegetarian friendly or not, minerals usually comes from the ground, comes from the soil. Okay, so we dig it, we process it. Of course, there will be some that are synthetically made because there are other forms which we made it synthetically that could absorb, utilize better than the natural form. So a lot of time when people ask me, hold on, hold your horse. The question's coming in, and I want to answer how should you take it. If you're wondering which products are vegan, which products are vegetarian, here it is. Okay? Now, if you look at it, Cellsentials is separated into core minerals, vegan, and vital antioxidants, lanolin. Now, here's the thing, and here's the catch. Old friends, this is your refresher course. New friends, this is something new for you. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, I respect your belief, and I do ask you these questions, okay? Next time, if you have a vegan friend, let me see my vegan here. Let me type the hashtag vegan. Okay, if you have a friend who is strict vegan and asks you whether this product is vegan free or not vegan free, first you can direct them to askthescientist.com. If you're not sure, you can ask the pharmacist, the nutritionist in the Philippines market, Philippines office, or you can ask me this question. I always ask my friends, hey, I know you're vegan, you're a vegetarian, but can you take honey? Honey? And they will ask me, why honey? Or non-vegan friends may not understand fully the context where I'm coming from. Honey, because when you take honey, it is produced from the bees. We don't kill the bees. Some strict vegans, they don't take honey. In fact, that's right. If you are strict vegans, then I'm afraid this product may not be the best for you because lanolin came from animal wax. We don't kill the animals. But there are some vegans who take it. But again, my standard reply is, my friends, sometimes I cannot dictate whether your belief is wrong or right. It's not even up for me to even comment. That's your belief, and I respect that. But sometimes you have to understand when the times for us to get seriously sick, when you're provided with a whole bunch of medications on your tray, on your pill box, when you consume the medicines, would you ask the doctor, is my medicines vegan friendly or vegetarian friendly? How many of you would do that? Let me know in the comment. Let me know in the chat room. Because by that time, we don't have a choice. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You have no choice. That happened. That's the thing. I have never met a patient, people who is not doing well. Again, I'm no doctor. I'm no doctor. I've never met a patient that I've known from a company, from our so-called our associates, anyone in USANA world that would ask the doctor, is my pill vegan friendly? Can you find a vegan friendly source for me? What do you think the doctor will respond to you? Right? If you disagree, let me know. I know majority of us agree. Okay, because we have no choice. And don't forget your homework. The challenge that find out the memes that I wanted to say, the one that I just mentioned, right? Everyone became a scientist or nutritionist when we gave them this product, but they did not bat an eyelid when it comes to fast food. Please. And speaking of fast food, please, and I beg you, okay? And I beg you, if one day, if you ever saw me in person, if you see me happening to eat my lunch, dinner, or breakfast in a fast food restaurant, okay? I know COVID, we don't travel, we don't so much, so the chances are unlikely. But in the future, if you see me personally eating, please, please don't shout in the fast food joint. They say, "Ayo, nutritionists also eat fast food." Then I was there trying to eat my burger halfway. Everyone in the restaurant staring at me. Okay, don't do that. It happens to me before I moved to USA. Okay, it's like I've heard it in Chinese before and in English before. You know the local lingo. Ayo, nutritionists also eat fast food. I don't know what to say. You laugh, but can you imagine how much free radicals at that time was being generated as I was trying to have a bite of tender, juicy, what do you call it, hamburger? Don't do that. If you see me, you have to understand I'm a human being. I have cravings as well. Please, okay? Don't shout. Don't shout like that, okay? So I see already questions about their belief about vegans and about how can you split the tablets 2 in the morning, 2 in the night. Yes, the best part is that you split the intake to at least 2 times a day. You don't take 4 each. Might as well swallow a golf ball, right? 4 day, 4 night. That's a lot. Okay, I know some of us can swallow a lot, but some of us could not. So don't do that. Take it as you're comfortable with. And I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, when I say that, take it as you're comfortable with. Take it during weekend as well. Take supplement must be a daily affair. Don't take it on weekdays. Weekend happy, no work. I don't take it. Then 3 to 6 months down the road, you come and ask your upline, come and ask your pharmacist, come and ask your nutritionist, come and ask Kenny, how come your product doesn't work? Then ask how often do you take it? Every day. Are you sure every day? Every day except weekend, OT days, traveling days. That's not every day. Okay? So you want to see results, you want to see a difference, you want to see what changes supplements could bring to your life, take it consistently. Okay? Now, I know some of you laugh because it does happen. We're humans, sometimes we forget. But make it a habit. Okay? Make it a habit. After this presentation, when you read the label, when you know about the science, when you know how to utilize the platform that we have, askthescientist.com, Google to find the patent, Google to find FDA registered facility, you have a bunch of information to share already. And in fact, at this hour, when I do this presentation, I try to condense it as much as I could so that you're not being shortchanged. I want you to really understand beyond what you can read on the product, on the marketing materials, sales material, the materials that you did for your own self. You know at least how much effort we in USANA put in for you. And I have no qualm to tell you that when you go out to share the product, you're actually having the best. I have to phrase it carefully. One of the best, if not the best, supplement multivitamins out there, because it is based on science. Okay, sorry, I clicked too fast. Okay, so remember, beyond the keyword that I share with you, nourish, protect, support, mitophagy, nourish. When it comes to nourish, everyone would talk about vitamins and minerals, but they forget the third component. It's not antioxidant. It's hashtag phytochemicals. Hashtag phytochemicals. And my friend, not all phytochemicals work. Not what do you call it? What's the right word I'm looking for? Not every supplement would give you the right amount, the right kind of phytochemicals. Now, I see on the chat box that chat room, there are people actually ask, where's the source? Is there a plant or a farm whereby we derive our source materials from? Now, I have to tell everyone that the source is actually sourced from various parts of the world. And it is actually a classified information that we don't share with general public just because of, what do you call it, private and confidential nature of the content. But one thing for sure, if you get Cellsentials, the Cellsentials that you buy this year versus Cellsentials that you buy last year, the color will be different one because of the batches of raw materials that we use, and we don't add in colorings. I repeat, we don't add in colorings. That's why when you take the products, is it quality issue? Not consistent in terms of colors. It is because we don't have colorings. You know what? I've all these years. I want to say all these years. What I've been in this industry for a long time, and if you ask me, one of the most nonsensical reason I can think of is why certain products they add colorings is because of aesthetic purposes. There's not much nutritional value to add into the overall nutritional value of the product. So we don't have to do that. Okay. So if you want to have a small trick, small tip myself, if right now there are pill box in front of you, if the supplements bottle in front of you, and you look at my hand gesture carefully, you take the Cellsentials product, core minerals, vitamin antioxidants, you break into half. There's a fine line in between, right? You break into half. Okay? And then you see, take each half, you see. Okay? The color internally and the color externally is the same. We don't add color. There may be some like shiny thing because of plant-based coating on top of the tablet. But inside and outside, external, internal, same color. If you have colorings, you can tell colorings is outside. For example, orange. I like this color because this is a product that I encountered before. Orangey pink outside, but inside it's not orangey pink. And what is that keyword? Oxidation. You see, USANA products, you have to seal it tight. You need to store in a cool, dry place, right? Did you ever realize USANA products, when it get oxidized, it is so obvious because there's no colorings to cover it up. When it gets oxidized, the color, of course, will turn dark. Okay, so that is why. Oh yes, thank you for that. Who listened to me and then promised me to say they will do it in their presentation. You don't have to do it in your presentation first. Do it to your family, to yourself first. Then you know what I talk about and what exactly the benefits that you have been enjoying from USANA are all simple, tiny little things that sometimes we forget all about. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with optimal nourishment. Protect. Okay, protect yourself with endogenous antioxidants. This is the word that is a keyword, but it's not usually used. Another word that I prefer is the internal antioxidants, okay? Which means internal antioxidants when you take NAC, NCT, okay? NAC. It helps the production of your glutathione in your body. Are you guys following me? For those who join in later, you may not know what is NAC, but if you could recap using your your Facebook Live or the recording from your team members, okay? So the next one, where is the arrow? Nourish, protect, and supporting your overall health. I know my time is pretty limited, but I want to allow some time for questions and answer in the chat room. So if you have questions, non-medical questions, feel free to ask me, and I'm more than happy to answer it. With that, I'm going to end it right now so I can have more time for Q&A. Any questions so far, my friend? And hold on a second. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a while. Any questions so far? Look at that. Now I can finally see myself. I'm so glad I have all the mitochondria surrounding me. Okay, and before the start of this presentation, right? Our Philippines co-workers, they had this USANA team music. You know what? When I think of it, all my memories came out when I meet most of us during convention, Asia Pacific convention particularly. And so sad, I don't believe we can be physically there this year. So yeah. Is it said that the color change? Color has changed. Oxidation, it happens to every product. If the color has changed and it exerts foul smell, you smell it and you know something's not right, better don't take it. And what's the best part of that? If you have a product, brand new, unopened or just open, and then it turns oxidized badly, it has bad smell. I cracked this joke before, okay? And it's a joke. Don't quote me wrongly, okay? What should you do with it? Some people say, throw it away. I say, don't throw it away. Give it to the people that you don't like. Just present it as a gift for them, okay? So don't do that, okay? Just joking. I know some of you laugh, but don't do that, okay? Like, hey, this product is bad. Throw seems to be a bit of waste. Why not I give it to the person I don't like? Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. That's a joke, huh, my friend? That's a joke. Urine yellow, yes, anything with extra, when your body has extra vitamin B that is not utilized in your body, to a certain extent, vitamin C, you pass out from your urine, okay? Your urine after taking Cellsentials sometimes will become very light yellowish to very dark yellowish. Be sure, drink more water, okay? Drink more water. I wouldn't say, drink until you're so bloated, but drinking more water on your supplements regime, it makes total sense. And of course, there are some people who ask me, speaking of water, they ask me, hey, can I take Cellsentials with coffee or tea? Then I give the scenario. If I answer yes or no, I need to know your lifestyle habits. If you're telling me, Kenny, after eating meal, I always drink tea or coffee, then should I take it together? Now, my question back to you is that after drinking tea or coffee, after finishing your meal, if drinking tea or coffee, after you drink the coffee, you're so full, it leads to the fact that you don't consume Cellsentials after that, then I would rather you to take your Cellsentials after meal with coffee or tea versus not taking Cellsentials at all. Makes sense, right? Some people say, drink some coffee first. Tea time, coffee time. They have to drink coffee, very full. Then what they will think to themselves? Supplement I should take next serving, next meal. Don't do that. So, take it. I cannot answer medical question that is shown here, but there are some that I pick up. Hey, if Cellsentials contains poly C, vitamin C, do I still need to take poly C or booster C for the countries who have booster C? If you ask me, yes, optimal intake of vitamin C. How can you gauge how much is good enough for you? Your body will know. But if you do the basic work, fruits and veggies every day, which is easier said than done, optimal intake of supplements plus policy, do your homework a little bit. This information could be not applicable to all countries, but there are other products that have vitamin C hidden, and you can easily count them with the fingers in your hands. We have Cellsentials, Policy Booster C that contain vitamin C, right? We have USANA contain vitamin C. We have Vision X. We have Procosa. There are sometimes vitamin C hidden in this product. Are you following what I say? So if you're taking a full spectrum of USANA products, for guys, if you're taking everything except phytoestrogen, Astropro, now it's called Astropro, and ladies, you're taking everything except palmetto, then you have actually take a lot of vitamin C already. Okay? What else? A lot of medical question. I can't take medical question. What about pregnancy and breastfeeding? If you can take prenatal Cellsential. If you don't have prenatal essential, then it is my duty as part of R&D team to tell you, you need to always check with your gynecologist first. And here's the catch, huh? It's the catch-22 situation. You ask your gynecologist say, don't take USANA, but take my own clinic brand. That's so I leave you. If you're not sure, ask for another, second opinion. Because so many times, including my wife, my own wife, okay, ask Dr. USANA, don't take USANA, but take this from my clinic. I was like, what? Doesn't make sense. Okay, if you're unsure, if you're like, my head cannot fathom, seek second opinion. You'll be surprised that doctors give very different answers. Not every doctor will give you the same. But then one thing, why must you wait until you're pregnant and then you take Cellsentials? Okay, so when should you take Cellsentials? Some jokers, I can tell this is jokers. When should you take Cellsentials? They say during the process of making baby. I say, what? That doesn't make sense. Take Cellsentials half year, 9 months, or before you even get married. That makes sense. That makes sense, all right? See, some OB allow me to take prenatal. Yeah, there are more and more professionals. There are more and more doctors, okay, OB/ONG, that actually believe, trust in USANA. There are. But if you met those anti-USANA one, then you have to really think of your priority and whether we should or not should. Because in US, prenatal Cellsentials, you have to hear this correctly. In US, the nutritional content of prenatal Cellsentials is actually lower than Cellsentials because we have to be very, very safe when it comes to pregnant women. You heard me right. Prenatal Cellsentials contains lesser vitamins and minerals than Cellsentials here in United States. Okay, so when I launched prenatal Cellsentials back in, if I'm not mistaken, 2017, when I launched the prenatal Cellsentials, commonly asked question is, should they take extra iron? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Do we have or do we not have iron in Cellsentials in the Philippines? Can someone answer me in the chat box? Do we or do we not? See, the answers are very standardized. You're all smart people. You all know products. If I'm a prospect, I'm confident enough to know what the confidence level you have in your answers. No, don't have iron. So sometimes your doctor, your gynecologist, your OB will give you iron supplements. Why we don't want to have iron in supplements? 2 reasons. Irons is usually enough if you're non-vegan, non-strict vegan. And because of pregnancy, if you need more, how much more is optimal for you and the development of the baby is best decided by the doctor, not by your upline, not by Philippines, the Philippines USANA staff, not by Kenny, USANA R&D staff, no. Okay? So what's the safest USANA supplement then for pregnant? Now, here's the latest chat by, I shall not name the name for privacy, but of course you can see for everyone. If you want to know, hey, your best source, askthescientist.com. So what you should type here? See? When I type, it's autocomplete. I haven't finished it. It's already there. There you are. Products that are generally recommended during pregnancy and lactation. Take this as your mainframe. Although this is applicable to US product only, but many times it is also applicable in your context. But again, as R&D staff, as head of home office staff, a disclaimer is always check with your gynae. Okay? Because if you're pregnant, you need to go back to gynae every month for assessment. At the last trimester, you need to go back more frequently, right? So you have to discuss with the healthcare professional. And one last thing before I go, this is something that I saw, which is being washed up away by a lot of chat down there. Okay, so a lot of people ask me, is USANA product organic or not? We actually spend a lot of time and effort when it comes to organic. Okay, organic is the keyword. Then you know the answer. I don't want to spend my time talking about organic. Okay, so one more last question before I pass the baton back to our Filipino colleagues is that now here's the question that I want to ask everyone. Hold on, this is not my chat. Okay. How long you should take Cellsentials before you see the results? This is a commonly asked question by people who may have a specific health concern in their mind or people who are new to USANA. Before I look so far ahead, before you look so far ahead, how long should I take this product before I can see results? You should zoom in to this specific question. Is that USANA Cellsentials is known, especially to new consumers. When they take our products, they have all sorts of funny healing reactions. They will have all sorts of weird reactions. A lot of time they will they have mistaken the yellowish of the urine as part of what do you call it, side effect. No, that's a normal occurrences. Okay, how long before you need to take Cellsentials? Before we result, I want you to zoom in first. Be sure to follow up your prospect or downline who take Cellsentials, whether or not they experience healing reactions, healing crises. If they experience healing crisis and you don't address the issue, don't mention how many months down the road, they won't take the products anymore. If you mishandle it, then they'll lose faith in USANA, they lose faith in you. Even though it is just a misstep, a easily manageable misstep. Because too many times, those people who hasn't taken USANA before, or those who has yet to supplement themselves before, whatever new that goes into your body, they'll have healing reactions. Even though healing reactions, in many contexts, it is what you call it, like a gray line. Some scientists believe it indeed, some scientists don't believe in it. But if you're long-time USANA members, if your team is big enough, you should know healing reaction is more common than you think. Okay, for example, some take already insomnia, for example. Then another one take already sleepy. They say, Kenny, I don't take, I get too sleepy after I take it. So how do you explain? Some explain insomnia, some cannot sleep. There's no one size fit all. Your body is adjusting. That is right. Your body is adjusting. Give yourself body time to adjusting. But of course, if you come to me and say, oh, I know who and who, he has a medical condition, let me double, triple up the dosage. That's not medicine. And supplements doesn't work this way. Double, triple the dosage doesn't mean you carry immediate results. And most of the time, it bring you less negative results, less than desirable results. So be smart. Know the product yourself. Take the product yourself. One thing, last thing before I go, this is important. If you don't take the product yourself and you go and share Cellsentials, people know. People can see through your lies. You know what? There are many people, oh, it's so good. How many did you take a day? Never take before. Your whole credibility down. You guys following me? Now I can see a lot of chat room, okay? So healing reaction, healing effect, it is commonly known. In Asian countries, in Asians particularly, it is what do you call it? More often, more common than you commonly think. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you like my training, please share it out. What is being shared, duplicate in your team. I hope my messages today is enough for you to duplicate. There's no bombastic. I don't want bombastic sign. As long as you can repeat, go out, share with your friends, I'm happy enough. I made the objective. You hit the objective by attending the training. And if you like my training, of course, comment, leave some feedback on my Facebook, on USANA Philippine official Facebook page, USANA.com official Facebook page, or even my Facebook. If you're not my Facebook friend, you just add me at Kenny Tan. Okay, so thank you so much. And if I hope the situation permits, I wish we can meet physically soon, because honestly, I've been working from home sometimes at the office. I miss the human touch, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I bid you goodbye, and thank you so much for the time. I have more than about 75 minutes to reach you all. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kenny, for the very informative training about our flagship product, Cellsentials. It was a fun-filled and a learning experience for our participants here in our Zoom call and in our Facebook Live as well. It has been truly a pleasure to have you in our training today. We know you're very busy in the home office, and we truly appreciate you sharing your time and expertise today. Great many thanks also to our participants in Zoom and Facebook Live. I know for a fact that all of us had a lot of wow moments during the training. This has been a great Your Health and USANA session today. We learned more about our flagship product, Cellsentials, and we learned it directly from our senior manager from USANA Health and Science Education. We hope to see you in future trainings like this here in USANA. Thank you very much. Stay healthy and stay safe. Goodbye.